UCLA, Colorado. Looks like the Buffs laying 10 at home, 62 the total. UCLA, one of, I believe, four teams still winless in all of FBS. Kelly, do you think they got a shot to stay within 10 on Friday night?
Oh man, I understand probably what UCLA fans are going through right now. They're going through a really tough transition. This UCLA team, not only did they lose Josh Rosen, who obviously is not quite the NFL quarterback we think he might be just yet. But that being said, then they transitioned to Chip Kelly. Chip's trying to run this offense that none of these kids have ever seen. And this is just going to be one of those really brutal rebuilding years, so to speak, maybe even rebuilding couple of years. It's really hard to back this team here. I was on Fresno State last week catching a couple, or I think actually I was laying a couple points with them. UCLA was catching a couple points, and I've said this one had trap written all over it. It is tough. Their only cover was laying or catching 30 at Oklahoma, where, we just talked about Oklahoma probably called up the dogs a little bit. There was a couple of weird things in that one to get the cover. But this Colorado team, they did beat Nebraska. I was kind of impressed with that win. I thought Nebraska was the right side there. I don't really know what to make of them. Both teams obviously going to be well rested here. I kind of go back and forth. I'll be really honest with you. I could make a case for the dog. I think the line, of course, is a little low. I thought it should be 11 and a half, maybe a little higher. So to see a 10, I was like, okay, maybe I need to be looking towards the Bruins. Usually whenever a line's very fishy, it kind of makes me double check it. You know what I mean? But UCLA is just not good right now. They're not even covering games. They're not winning games. They're not doing anything that makes me think they've deserved my money. Colorado, pretty much the same thing. 5-13 against the spread in their last 18 games. 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games. I bet them a few times last year, and every single time I regretted it. This might be a game I just need to stay away from.
Yeah, big man. I mean, Kelly brings up, UCLA struggling, and they are. I don't think Colorado's that good either. I mean, that game against Nebraska, seeing what Nebraska's been able to do since then, I don't think the Buffs are very good either. So I could see, this 10, trusting a team like that to cover it is always tough. You got any feeling on UCLA, Colorado?
Yeah, I'm kind of on other wavelengths with Colorado. I think it's important to mention that in that Nebraska game, Adrian Martinez played virtually the entire
Hmm.
game, and that's why it was closer than people think. Look, I think Colorado's pretty impressive. I thought this kid Lavisca Chenault they had, he looks like a real good football player. This the running back. Steven Montez has started to kind of turn it around. I've never been a big fan of his. I haven't been a big fan of this quarterback rotation in general. They had a kid named Sifo Lufau, and then they had Montez, and I haven't been a fan of either, but I thought Montez looked great in that Nebraska game. They followed it up and beat New Hampshire, which is no great shakes. But I believe both are off buys, if I'm correct. I might be
Yeah,
wrong,
they're
but
both up.
yeah, I
That's why.
think they are
Sorry,
both.
that's what I
Yeah,
said when I said well rested.
sure, and that's a great point because but you look at UCLA and you wonder. I mean, is this team focused? I mean, you've had some. You have 0-3. Chip Kelly's seemingly lost. You have the talented freshman quarterback's father coming out about his displeasure. I mean, what is going on in UCLA with these outspoken fathers? This team, this school is the antithesis of upset fathers. You have LeVar Ball, you have this guy. I mean, they need to get their fathers, under control over there. But yeah, I don't like UCLA. I don't think they're any good. I don't understand why you went with Wilton Spate to begin with. Now you have the talented freshman who he's had some problems. I just think they're a complete mess right now. I don't think they're very good, frankly. You got whitewashed by Fresno State. That shouldn't be a team you lose by, 20 points to ever, 24 points or whatever it was. I think they're just a bad team. Like Colorado at home here. I would slightly lean this way, but you're right, guys. I mean, Colorado is not a world beater. The good thing is they played a game. They've had a week off since that big win against Nebraska. I don't think they'll be looking ahead or anything. It might be a little bit of time to kind of get some revenge on that glitzy, glammy UCLA squad that seemingly is always better than they are. Colorado might just be hit them in the mouth and kind of keep going with it.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.